What led to Shericka Jackson's downfall? And at first, she withdrew from the women's 100-meter race, and a few days later, she now decided not to compete in the women's 200-meter race. Find out what caused this skilled athlete's career to decline, and look into the events and problems that affected her impressive journey. First of all, Jamaica's two-time 200-meter world champion, Shericka Jackson, previously decided not to run the 100 meters at the Paris Olympics. She decided to skip the 100 meters to protect her body. The 30-year-old Jackson had an injury in her last race before the Games in Hungary on July 9th. She ran her best time of 10.84 seconds to win the 100 meters at the Jamaican trials last month. Shericka Jackson earlier won bronze in the 100 meters at the Tokyo Olympics and a silver medal behind Fraser-Pryce at the 2022 World Championships. In the ongoing Olympic Games in Paris, the track community had been eagerly anticipating a major showdown in the women's 200 meters. The race was expected to feature two of the fastest women in the world, Shericka Jackson from Jamaica and Gabby Thomas from the United States, igniting the rivalry between the United States and Jamaica in sprinting. Both athletes were focused on winning their first individual Olympic gold medals in the 200 meters. Jackson had decided to skip the 100 meters in Paris to concentrate on the 200 meters. Similarly, Thomas had chosen to focus solely on the 200 meters after deciding this during the Olympic trials. Shericka Jackson has been a powerful presence in the 200 meters, setting a championship record of 21.41 seconds at the World Championships last year. This time was only surpassed historically by the legendary Florence Griffith Joyner. However, Jackson's form this season has been affected by injuries. Despite this, she managed a season's best time of 22.2 seconds at the Jamaican Olympic trials. Gabby Thomas was considered the favorite for the Olympic gold. She holds the fourth fastest 200-meter time ever, with a personal best of 21.60 seconds from last season's World Championships. Additionally, she recorded a world-leading time of 21.78 seconds at the 2024 US Olympic trials. With these impressive achievements, Thomas was well positioned to excel in Paris. When the women's 200-meter heats began, defending world champion Shericka Jackson was unexpectedly missing. Jackson withdrew just before the heat started, leaving the favorites of women's 200m Gabby Thomas and Julian Alfred to advance to the semifinals without facing her. Despite Jackson being a top contender, she chose not to compete due to a hamstring issue. She had been focusing on the 200 meters after skipping the 100 meters. With Jackson out, Gabby Thomas finished with the fastest time in the heats at 22.2 seconds, securing first place overall and a spot in the semifinals. Favor-Ofili from Nigeria ran her season's best with a time of 22.24 seconds, the second fastest overall. Dina Asher-Smith from Great Britain finished third with 22.28 seconds. Julian Alfred from St. Lucia, who won the 100 meters at the Olympics, was sixth with a time of 22.41 seconds. Gabby Thomas, the fastest 200-meter runner this year, had the quickest time overall at 22.20 seconds. Both Thomas and Alfred won their heats, and Asher-Smith and Ofili also had strong performances at the Stade de France. With Jackson out of the 200-meter competition and Sha'carri Richardson failing to qualify, Gabby Thomas seemed to have a clear path to the gold medal. She was the top performer in the heats, and no other athlete in the lineup appeared to be a serious threat to her. Despite this, there is always a level of unpredictability in sports. As the women's 200 meters move towards the semifinals and finals, Gabby Thomas remains the favorite for the gold medal. The absence of her biggest competitors, such as Jackson and Richardson, has only strengthened her position. It would be disappointing for Thomas and her supporters if she were unable to win the gold, despite the favorable conditions. The track community is now focused on the upcoming rounds of the women's 200 meters. Gabby Thomas and the other athletes who qualified for the semifinals are preparing for the final race at the Olympic Games in Paris. The anticipation continues to build as fans and analysts look forward to seeing who will come out on top in this prestigious event. Despite Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce withdrawing, Jamaican fans are disappointed that their top gold contenders are no longer in the Paris Olympics. However, two Jamaicans will still compete in the women's 200-meter semifinals, Lanai Taba Thomas and Nisha Berger. they might keep up Jamaica's strong performance in the event. After Shericka Jackson withdrew, the top 3 contenders are Julian Alfred, Gabby Thomas, and Dina Asher Smith. Gabby Thomas is the main favorite for gold. However, since Julian Alfred won the 100 meter, the competition has become much tougher, and predicting the winner is now more difficult. On Monday, August 5th, the semifinals will be held later in the evening, with the women's 200 meter final set for 2040 local time on Tuesday, August 6th. That's all for this video.